in GATE 97. So the first question is to find I4 current. So I4 current, see here, the current source is pointing upwards, but the direction of I4, it is opposite. Okay, so if I apply the it's KCL here, then what happens? The sum of these two should be equal to 0. See here, from this, the 5 ampere is going through this resistor, 7 ampere is going through this resistor. So if I apply KCL at this particular point, we can consider this as I. Okay, so I, that should be equal to 5 plus 7, that is equal to 12 amperes. And I said at this particular point, let us consider this as A and this as B. This was at A. Okay, now at B, what happens? I will apply the KCL again. So that should be equal to, see, the I plus I4, that should be equal to 0. So I4, it should be equal to minus 12 amperes. I4 should be equal to minus 12 amperes. So answer is minus 12. Okay, so let us take the second problem. Here they have asked us to find the voltage that is across the 3 ohm resistor V. And you know that when a resistor, when it is in parallel with the voltage source, we can neglect it, we can avoid it. That will become redundant. But in this case, we can also consider like whatever the resistor is there, if the voltage source is in parallel to that, that means the same voltage will appear across this resistor also. That is 4 volt. Okay. So if I apply the KVL now, it will be, see, I will start from this side. So since I am getting minus first, that will be the potential rise. So it is plus V. Now we are getting minus first. So it is plus 5. Plus first. So it is minus 4. Here it is plus first. That means it is a potential drop. So it is minus 4. That is equal to 0. So this is the definition of the KVL. So V plus 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. So if it goes to the right hand side, it becomes 3 volts. So V is equal to 3 volts. Okay. Or else you can consider this as redundant. And now you can apply the KVL. Or you just take the voltage across this as 4 volts. Okay. Next is to find the voltage V. That is, here this is actually the voltage V. We have to find this particular voltage. So by seeing this circuit, we can say that this cannot be determined. Why? Because we don't know the voltage across the 2 ampere current source. But if they had asked here, what is this voltage? Then see, 2 ampere current is flowing through 2 ohm resistor. Then it will be 4 volts. The voltage drop across this 2 ohm, it becomes 2 into 2, that is 4 volts. Here we have 5 volts. So we would get, see, V minus 4 minus 5 is equal to 0. V is equal to 9 volts. That was if they had asked the voltage across these 2 terminals. But since the voltage across 2 ampere is not known, this voltage V cannot be determined. Determined since voltage across 2 ampere is unknown. Okay. So this is the answer. So if the option is none of the above, in case none of the above, so that will be your answer. Okay. So here we have to find the voltage V once again. See here, there is a voltage source. You know that the voltage source, it will be delivering the constant voltage, that is irrespective of the current. So whatever the voltage is here, these 2 terminals, so this V should be equal to 10 volts. Okay, so here there is no effect of 3 ohm and 5 volts. So directly we can write V is equal to 10 volts. This question was asked in GATE 98. Okay, so you have to find the voltage across the terminals A and B, this terminal. So what we can do, we can apply the KCL at this particular point. Okay, so this point I'll consider and I will apply the KCL. So here if I consider this as incoming current I, see here we have 3 amperes and this one I will consider as I2. This one as I1, I2. Okay, so you know I1 plus 3, that should be equal to I2. So what is the value of I1? This is nothing but V, that is 1 minus VA divided by 2 plus 3, that is equal to this one. It will be VA. This point will be like grounded. So we can consider VA divided by 2. So it is 0.5, 1 by 2, 0.5 minus 0.5 VA plus 3. So 0.5 plus 3, that will be 3.5. So it is minus 0.5 plus 0.5 VA. So if it comes to the right hand side, it becomes VA. So 3.5 volts. 3.5 volts. That will be the voltage here. The voltage across this will be 3.5 volts. Okay. So next we have to find the voltage that is across the inductor 1 Henry. Here you can see the incoming current. Here it is e to the power of AT. Here it is e to the power BT. So the resistor in series with current source, it does not have any effect on the current. Okay. So what will be our outgoing current here? That will be equal to e to the power of AT plus e to the power BT. So you know voltage of the inductor, that is equal to L into di by dt. So this is the formula for the voltage across the inductor. So L is 1 Henry here. D by dt into I, nothing but e to the power of AT plus e to the power BT. So differentiation of e to the power of AT, that is A e to the power of AT. Differentiation of e to the power of BT, that is B e to the power BT. This is your V of T. Okay. So applying the KCL. Here we can how to find the value of E. So from this, if I come from this node, so we will have one unknown. So again here 2 unknowns. So I won't choose this path. If I come from this, okay, so again we will have 2 unknowns. Now I will start with this node. Okay, so I can take this route. I should not take this route because it will become 2 unknowns. So I will start from this point. Okay, 0. Then you get plus first, so it is minus 1. Then you are getting plus first, so it is minus E. You are getting plus first, so it is minus 5. Then it is like higher potential to lower potential, so minus 10, that is equal to 0. So E will be equal to minus 16 volts. E is minus 16 volts. Now we have to find the value of E0 here. That is the voltage across this 4 ohm resistor. You know this 2 ohm and 2 ohm are in series. So 2 plus 2, that will be equal to 4 ohms. Okay, this is 4 ohms. So now I can redraw this circuit like this. So now if the voltage across this 4 ohm is E0, so this also will be E0, right? So that means now I can simplify these two resistors. So when two equal resistors are connected in parallel, equivalent resistance will have the value that is divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2, that will be equal to 2 ohms. Okay. So now I can write this as 2 ohms. So this is the value E0. Now by potential divider or the voltage divider rule, I can find E0. You know that is equal to V into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So it is 12 into 2 divided by 2 plus 4. 12 into 2 divided by 6. Okay. That will be equal to 4 volts. Or else you can follow the KVL here. 12 minus 4i minus 2i, that is equal to 0. So 12 is equal to 6i, I is equal to 2 amperes. Okay. So what will be your E0? 2 into 2, that is 4 volts. You can apply the KCL also, KVL also, or you can directly use the voltage divider rule. So to find I here, you have to find I. We are given with this circuit. Okay, to find I, what I will do at this particular junction point, I will be applying the KCL. Okay, so let me consider this as VA. So VA, we have this as incoming current I1, this is incoming current, this is outgoing current I. So I1 plus 1, that will be equal to I. Okay, so what will be your I1? That is 5 minus VA, that is divided by 5 plus 1, that is equal to VA, this is grounded, VA divided by series resistance 5 plus 10, that is 15. Okay, so this is 1 plus 1 VA by 15. When this term comes to right hand side, it will be plus. Okay, so VA by 5, it is common. We can take this as 4 by 3 into VA by 5, that is equal to 2. Okay, so 2 here, VA will be equal to 15 by 2 volts. VA, we got to know VA is equal to 15 by 2 volts. Now what is the value of I? I is nothing but VA. This is your I, right? So VA divided by 15. So that is nothing but 15 by 2 into 1 by 15. That is equal to 1 by 2. That is equal to 0.5 amperes. Okay, 0.5 amperes is the current for that. This is I. So this is equal to 0.5 amperes. So here the V1 is nothing but it is the voltage across this dependent source. Okay, and V2 is the voltage that is across the current source, which is delivering the current of 5 ampere. So here we can consider, okay, the 5 ampere. So in the resistor, this will not affect your current from the current source. So I can consider this as 5 amperes. Okay, see, this is the current I which is flowing through 4 ohm resistor. We can apply the current divider rule because they are the parallel resistors. Okay, but you should remember that there is another dependent source. We cannot neglect this, and the current that is flowing through this will be 2I. Okay, so the remaining current will be flowing through these two branches. That means from 5 you have to subtract this 2I. 5 minus 2I. Okay, that will be flowing through these two branches. So total current will be now equal to 5 minus 2I. Now I will apply the current divider rule. See, the current divider rule, that means I is equal to, you know, it is the total current. Total current will be 5 minus 2I into, what is the resistor in the opposite branch? It is 4 ohm divided by the total resistance value, that is 4 plus 4, that is 8. So this is 1 by 2. So I is equal to 2.5 minus, you can consider this as I. Okay, so 2I is equal to 2.5. So I is equal to 2.5 divided by 2. This is the current that is through this. So what is the voltage across this? See, voltage across this is V1. These are connected in parallel. So the voltage across this 4 ohm, voltage across this 4 ohm will be V1. Okay, so V1 is equal to 4 into I. So 2.5 by 2 into 4. So this will give you 5 volts. V1 is equal to 5 volts. Now this is found out. Then what is the value of V2? You have to find the value of V2 now. How will you find it? Okay, so like I will consider, okay, you know now this voltage is 5 volts. So I will apply the KVL considering this V2. So V2, the current is flowing in this direction. It is 5 amperes. So it will be voltage drop minus 4 into 5. Then you get plus first. So it will be minus once again voltage drop. Okay, that is 5 volts, that is equal to 0. So V2 will be equal to 25 volts. V1 is equal to 5 volts. V2 is equal to 25 volts. You can also apply KCL and solve this problem, or you can follow this approach. So these are the two networks N1 and N2. These two networks are connected by 3 resistors. Okay, of the value 5 ohm, 15 ohms, and then this is 1 ohm. They have given the voltage across 5 ohm is 10 volts. Voltage across 1 ohm is 5 volts. Now we have to find the voltage across 15 ohms. Okay, so you know the voltage, you also know the resistor value and you know the voltage drop. So you know the current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So the current is flowing from N1 to N2. So okay, that will be 10 divided by 5, that will be 2 amperes. Here also the current direction will be the same. Okay, it's flowing from N to N2, N1 to N2 because the polarity is plus minus. So the value is 5 divided by 1, 5 ampere. So 7 amperes, we got to know 7 amperes, but we do not know the voltage across 15 ohm because that is the one which we have to find. Okay, we can find the current now. You know, this is a point, if this is a point, we have 3 parts here for that. Okay, so this is 2 ampere, this is 5 amperes. If this is the unknown current Ix, so now I can consider at this node A, that is sum of incoming and outgoing currents is equal to 0. So Ix can be considered as minus 7 amperes, right? So this is minus 7 amperes. That means it is entering from N2 to N1. So the polarity will be plus minus, that is opposite to the other two. So what is the voltage across 15 ohms? That is 7 into 15, that is equal to 105 volts. But assuming the polarity to be like this, okay, we will write 15 ohm, that is equal to minus 105 volts. So this is the answer. So they have given VA minus VB, that is equal to 6 volts. Now if I consider the current which is flowing through 2 ohm resistor as I, so I is equal to VA minus VB, that is divided by R, whose value is 2 ohm resistor. Okay, so VA minus VB is given, that is 6 divided by 2, so 3 ampere. So I is equal to 3 ampere. Now see, the current which is entering this network and the current that is leaving that network should be same, because you know this current divides here and this current it comes and again meets at this particular point. So all this current, now whatever the outgoing current of this network should be 3 ampere. Okay, so 3 ampere. Here we have 2 ampere which is entering this particular node. So the current here will be equal to 2 plus 3, that is 5 amperes. So the current is flowing from right to left, that is through this. So the potential drop will be plus minus. So potential drop across 1 ohm, that is equal to, okay, 5 volts. Okay, that is with the polarities like this. That means it is VD minus VC, because it is from this side. So higher potential to lower potential, that is VD minus VC, that is 5 volts. But they have asked VC minus VD, so that will be multiplied by minus 1. So VC minus VD, that is equal to minus 5 volts. How to find the current I? So you can use KCL and you can find the current I, right? So first I will consider this node. Okay, so here there is an incoming current of 2 ampere, outgoing current of 1 ampere. Okay, so you know that sum of incoming currents should be equal to sum of outgoing currents. So here the incoming current is 2, outgoing means 1. So there should be another outgoing current whose value is 1 ampere. So to equate it, so this can be 1 ampere. Okay, so at this point if I apply, so this is incoming current 1, this is outgoing current 3. So outgoing current magnitude is more. So if I add 2 ampere here, so 3 ampere will be equal to 3 ampere. So in this case now 4 ampere is outgoing, 2 ampere is also outgoing, then obviously the current in another one, that is here, it should be incoming. So the value should be equal 2 plus 4, 6 amperes. So now at this point, see 5 ampere is incoming, I ampere is incoming, outgoing is 6. That means I plus 5 should be equal to 6. That means I is equal to 1 ampere. So the answer is 1 ampere. Here in the second, they are asking you to find the voltage Vx. Okay, so this is the current source which is delivering the current of 1 ampere. So 1 ampere flows through these elements. So what is the current here? That is 1 ampere, and the current, it always flows from the higher to lower potential. So the sign convention is proper. So Vx is nothing but it is equal to I into R. So that is 1 into 5, that is equal to 5 volts. Okay, answer is 5 volts. Here they are asking you to find the currents I1, I2, I3. So we can use the current divider rule because these resistors are connected in parallel. The total current here is equal to 8 ampere. Okay, so what will be your I1? So total current is 8 into the resistor in the other branches. So the resistor in the other branches are in parallel combination. So these two will lead into R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, that is 5 plus 1, 6. So 5 by 6 divided, now it is divided by 4 plus 5 by 6. So this can be written as 6 4s are 24 plus 5 29 by 6. Okay, this is 40 divided by 6. 6 gets cancelled. So this is 40 divided by 29 amperes. Okay, you can solve it and you can write it in decimals. Next is I2. Total current is 8. Okay, what is the resistor in other two branches? Now it is 4 into 1 divided by 4 plus 1, 5. 4 by 5. So that is divided by 5 plus 4 by 5. So this is 29 divided by 5. 8 4s are 32 divided by 5. 5 gets cancelled. So this is 32 divided by 29 amperes. Next comes I3. So I3 is this current. So it is flowing through 1 ohm. So the opposite is 4 and 5. So that is equal to 4 into 5 divided by 4 plus 5. Okay. Into, you have, that is 8 divided by 1 plus 20 divided by 9. So it is 29 divided by 9. Okay. Here you have 8 into 20. Okay. So 8 into 20, that is 160 divided by 9. So this is equal to 160 divided by 29 amperes. Next we will solve some more problems. Fourth one. See, this is the voltage source. This is 6 ohms. This is 16 volts. This is 8 volt source, which is in series. Now here it's with 6 ohms. And here this is V2 and this is V1. The current flowing is IA. Now find the relationship between V1, V2 and IA. So the IA is the current that is flowing here. So if I start from this point, it is V1, IA, so voltage drop will be plus minus. So it will be, if I am seeing plus first, obviously it is a voltage drop. So minus 6 IA. Then we have 8 volt source. Here we are coming with the plus first. So it is minus 8. Then higher to lower potential. So V1 minus V2 it will be. That is equal to 0. So we can write V1 minus V2 minus 8, that is equal to 6 IA. Okay, that will be, or V1 is equal to 6 IA plus 8 plus V2. Okay, you can write the relationship between V1, V2 and IA. Next question is, five volt source, resistor is 1 ohm. Here it is 1 ohm. Then this is the point A. This is node A, node B. This is again 1 ohm resistor. This is 3 ohm resistor. And here we have a dependent source of value 4 VAB. Now they are asking you to find the value of I. What is the value of I? Okay, so here we can put the KVL. So minus first, so it is 4 VAB. Okay, this is the voltage drops. Okay, so it is minus 3I minus I, that is equal to 0. So 4 VAB is equal to 4I. That means I is equal to VAB. Okay, so now I will come to this point. So it is 5 minus, I will consider this as I1. 5 minus I1 is equal to 0. So 2I1 is equal to 5. That means I1 is equal to 2.5 ampere. So this is the voltage drop, right? So what is the voltage drop across this particular 1 ohm? That is 1 into 2.5 is 2.5 volts. So now if I start from this point, that is higher to lower potential, we can write this as VA. Then we have plus first, so it is minus 2.5. Now this is the current I. So what is the voltage drop? We are getting minus first, so it is plus I minus VB is equal to 0. And you know we can write VAB as VA minus VB. Okay, so this VA minus VB I can write it as VAB, that is equal to 2.5. Then it is minus I. So minus I is nothing but it is VAB. So if it comes to the left hand side, it becomes 2 VAB, that is equal to 2.5. VAB is equal to 2.5 divided by 2. So that will be equal to 1.25 volts. So I is equal to 1.25 amperes. So this is the answer, 1.25 amperes. So just apply the KVL here, then from A to B. Next is sixth question. Here we have 10 volt source. This is the resistor of value 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 10 ohm. Here again we have 10 ohm. This is Vx. Okay. So now we have to find the value of Vx. So these two are in parallel combination. So we can reduce it. So equal resistors means 10 divided by 2. So this we can write it as 5 ohm. Okay. So this is 10 volts. Now what I will do is I will find out the value of current. So 10. So the voltage drops will be like this. So 2I minus 3I minus 5I is equal to 0. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 5, that is 10I is equal to 10. That means I is equal to 1 ampere. So what is the voltage drop Vx? Voltage drop across Vx, that will be 1 into 2, 2 volts. Or else we can use voltage divider rule. You know voltage divider rule, that is Vx is equal to, what is the total voltage? That is 10 volts. Then what across which we are measuring, that is 2 divided by the sum of the resistors. 2 plus 3 plus 5. So it is 10. That is equal to 2 volts. So applying voltage divider rule also is easy, because if you are applying KVL, you have to find the current I, then you have to find Vx. Okay, if you are seeing the resistors in series and then you have to find the voltage across a particular resistor, better you go for the voltage divider rule. Next question is, there is a voltage source, that is 18 volts, then in series with RA, then we have 6 ohm, then we have 5 ohms, there is a voltage source Vx. Okay, so the current here it is flowing, that is 13 ampere, and they have told that the 6 ohm branch it is drawing the current Ix. Okay, and if Ix is equal to 3 amperes, this all are mentioned here, and 18 volt source it is delivering 8 ampere of current, then what is the value of Ra? They are asking you the value of Ra. Okay, so Ix is equal to 3 amperes, that means the voltage across this is 18 volts. Obviously it is 18 volts because you can see these 3 elements are in parallel. That means the voltage of this voltage source across, it will be across Ra. This also will be 18 volts. This also will be 18 volts. See here, 13 ampere is flowing towards this. Okay. So what happens? This is 8 ampere. See, this is 3 amperes. Means 13 and 3. So remaining is 10 amperes. That is flowing here. Okay. Then 8 and 10. Here it will be 18 amperes. Applying KCL at all the nodes. Okay. 18 amperes. So you know it is 18 volts. So RA will be obviously equal to voltage divided by current. So that is 18 divided by 18, that is equal to 1 ohm. Okay. So just remember it is a 13 ampere current which is flowing. So at this particular point 3 ampere is going towards this branch. So remaining is 10 ampere that will be flowing here. At this particular node here we have 8 ampere. Here we have 10 ampere. So the outgoing current, sum of incoming and outgoing currents will be equal. So that will be 18 amperes. And the drop will be this because the current it flows from higher to lower potential. Now this is 18 volts because we know it is across the voltage source of value 18 volts. So we know the voltage, we know the current. From that we can find out the value of the current. Okay. Next is here they have given the voltage source, that is sin t. Okay, this is 4 ohm, this is 6 ohms, this is 3 ohms, and this is the current I. So they are asking you to find the current I. Okay, this is Vx. Find the current I. So now I can reduce this to a circuit because see here this is a voltage source, practical voltage source, that means it can be converted to current source. So current source will be obviously equal to 12 divided by 4, that is 3 sin t. Then you have 2 resistors here, that is 4 ohm and 6 ohm. I won't do any changes for the 3 ohm because I have to find the current through that particular branch. So this combination will be 4 into 6 divided by 10. So that is 24 divided by 10. We can write this as 12 divided by 5. Okay. So this is 12 divided by 5. And what is the current? Now we can use the current divider rule. So that is 3 sin t into 12 divided by 5 divided by 12 divided by 5 plus 3. So 3 sin t into 12 divided by 5. So this is 15 plus 12, it is 27 divided by 5. Okay. 3 9s are 27. 3 3s are 3 4s are. So it is 4 by 3 sin t amperes. I will be 4 by 3 sin t amperes. Okay. So next let us take another problem. So we have to find the value of Vs and Is. In this question, we have to find the value of Vs and Is. So this is connected across the voltage source. That means they will be having same. So we can also write this as, okay, like this. That means this 10 volts, it will appear across this also. This will appear across this also. This will appear across this also, right? So this total 10 volts, that is equal to, see the current is flowing in this way. That means the voltage drop across the resistor will be like this. So if I, okay, start from here, you are getting the minus terminal first. So it is Vs then plus terminal first means voltage drop. 5 into 2, the current that is flowing through this will be 2 ampere. So the voltage drop will be equal to 10 volts. So V2 minus 10. So that is equal to 10 volts. Okay, because see here, plus minus. So this will be the greater one. Vs will be the greater one. So greater minus smallest, that is equal to 10 volts. So Vs will be equal to 20 volts. So we got to know the value of Vs. Now what is the value of this Is? Okay, so here you know the current that is flowing is 2 ampere, because the resistor which is in series with the current source will not affect your current. And here this is 10 volts, that means 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5 amperes. So the current that is flowing here will be 5 amperes. Current that is flowing through this will be 10 amperes. Okay, so that why it is downwards, because you know the voltage drop is like plus minus, so current flows from higher to lower potential. So 5 plus 10 means it is 15 amperes, right? So this is 2 amperes. At this particular point, if I apply the KCL, so that will be 2 is equal to 15 plus Is, right? 2 is incoming, 15 is outgoing, and here also you have Is is outgoing. So Is is equal to minus 13 amperes. Okay, so this is the Vs, this is Is. They may also ask you what is the current which is flowing through 1 ohm. So that will be 10 amperes. You can find it out directly because the voltage across this will be 10 volts.